was in here. Larry, what's going on, buddy? Big Rob Sacto, Clayton, Sippy, I see you. Dan James, salute to you. We got a lot going on. It was a fact finding day about what's going on over there in White Plains, New York, and in Wilmington. Uh, I put in. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Like I've been calling all kinds of everybody I can to get information on what's going on up there. Who we got? Seth, what's up? What's good? All right, so we'll start it out with Wilmington. So it looks like state sheriff or state county sheriffs have now either raided or they've shown up with a subpoena at a former prospect's house and they've taken the computers out of that former prospect's house. Um, I'd imagine it has to do with if it's the same prospect, his wife worked for the insurance place, and allegedly the sergeant at arms of Wilmington may have tipped off her work or something, or tried to, that she was giving up information to the club, therefore opening up an investigation basically into himself if that's how it went down. What's good, Muppet? I see you. I'll get at you in the back whenever I'm done. KP Nordic, salute to you. So now it looks like the cops have gone to this prospect's house and taken what would be perceived as evidence uh, for whatever they're trying to build against Wilmington. Who knows, really? You know. Uh, so I'll stay on that. We'll see how it goes, and we'll get. I don't know. We'll see if it ends up in an indictment or charges or any of that. We'll see if it ends up in nothing. Who knows? Now, the big thing I've been working on today is I got a hold of the White Plains police through the media, because I'm media basically. Not basically, I am. To see if the incident at the Freebird Kitchen actually happened. And it confirmed that it happened and that nobody gave a statement to police, basically, that was arrested, which is a good look when it comes to the Mid Hudson members that it looks like that were arrested. Um, the big thing is this. No, we'll leave that alone for right now. Yeah, Doc Diesel, I did get your text. Uh, at least I think like a day ago. Yeah. Here's the thing. Notably, zero New Rock members or prospects were involved in this. But White Plains is New Rock's area. So what was Mid Hudson doing in New Rock's area without New Rock's members? Basically John the Baptist's area, and getting into it, from what I understand, uh, more people have come and talked to me that were there. Uh, the two prospects were low key, I won't say bullying, but kind of bullying uh, these two Hispanic dudes that were there, right? Somebody that I talked to had said they were the dishwashers for this place. I don't know that to be a fact. I just know it was two Hispanic guys, and they go outside, and both of the Hispanic dudes, each one just one punches a prospect, right? And puts him on the ground. Then you have the other prospect, another prospect comes running in, all while one member tried to break it up and another full patch member sat in the car. I'm I'm not ready to say who I think those members were, just because that's poor taste. Um, I have a lot of people telling me who they think they are, or that would know who they are saying that it's them. But until I see the arrest reports, until that comes through, I'm not going to put those men out there like that. But it's already a bad enough look that basically, if you go into another charter's territory without letting them know that you're all going to be hanging out there, and something pops off, and then you go home to your territory, most people, they see New York on the bottom rocker, right? They don't know what charter you're from. They just know, say these two guys they got into it with, they just know that they just fought Hell's Angels. Fast forward a day or two, you could have Hell's Angels from New Rock in their territory, and people who are actively have an issue with these guys now, and they don't even know about it because they don't know that anything went on because they weren't there, you know, or because you got into a, a beef in their area, right? You're representing the Hell's Angels as a whole in somebody else's territory, and it didn't look good. You all went to jail. Two of the member or prospects got knocked out. Another one got jumped, and then the members, one sat in the car, and then one broke up the fight, which is like not physically broke up the fight, just went over there and grabbed people by their collars. I guess I don't know. I'm waiting on the video to come. As soon as I get a hold of the video, then I'll be able to really know what's going on. I watched on Dishwashers be two more dishwashers in Alaska. The owner asked why I didn't stop it. Let's see. I say they deserve it. And that's it. If you have members of Mid Hudson in New Rock's area just starting, shit with just random people at a packed bar, bro, it could cause so many problems for New Rock that they didn't even know were an issue because they had no idea any of that happened. Now, if New Rock knew that it happened, they still got reason to be upset. But I look more into the why was the member sitting in the car than anything else, watching it go down. But like we said, it could have been for a multitude of reasons. What's up, Alex? Social rejects. No, grow. I see you. So the big thing is I was able to confirm it, and nobody made statements. But it looks like at least 4 people were arrested, and I'm still waiting on the reports, obviously, to see if anybody pointed the finger at anybody or, kind of how that went. And it looks like it's the main drag in White Plains, New York. And then that happens to be New Rock's territory. So we'll see. I see you, Mike Ball. What's good? Or I see you, Hollywood. No, Insane Wheels. Y'all got to rock, paper, scissors for the name of your channels. I think Hollywood would win that. Right. It's Insane Throttle and Insane Wheels. See that insane stuff? I don't know. What's good, Mike? Mike is who I watch when it comes to geopolitical stuff, right? Like anything going on around the world, i.e., the stuff going on in the strait over there, and etc. That's my dude right there when it comes to that stuff right there. Go watch his channel. Go sub up to him. He's a cool dude. All right, let's see. Glad to see old Rick back, bro. Much love from Ohio. Thanks, Jay Sanity. I appreciate that. Here, let me see. I just got top messages on. I need to put all messages on. There we go. So I don't know what you guys think about. It's not a good look for Mid Hudson for the members. The prospects kind of did what they did, and like I said, you've seen stone cold granite chin UFC and boxing champions get put down. I mean, it just happens. Like you cannot win them all. Now, for it to happen to two of them at the same time from two separate people, that's just running into a buzzsaw, if you ask me. If you if you kind of got patchitis a little bit and run up into some bar and you're drinking and you picked the wrong two just hogs to go after. I mean, shit. Just because you're wearing a patch, don't mean that somebody that ain't can't whoop your ass. I mean, and that's I think a lesson to be learned right there. Them two, whoever they were, Hispanic guys, got to taking care of business, dude. And now it may shake things up in that area. Don't forget, not for nothing. From my understanding, John the Baptist is known to hold a grudge. Ask Chuck Zito, right? Mid Hudson split off from New Rock hostily, and I don't even know if they have a clubhouse yet either. They're over a year old. That's a different story for a different time, though. But Mid Hudson split off over the Chuck Zito thing, and, amongst other things, and it could look bad that they were in John the Baptist neighborhood starting shit, and all this happened, getting arrested. And if they didn't give him a heads up, I mean, that's bad. I'd rather eat the ass of a weak dead skunk than cross John the Baptist. I mean, that dude is. Ugh. What's up, little Timmy Denver made up in here? I see you. If y'all didn't go check out my community post, little Timmy got caught in to catch a torta pounder, and I got the video, early release of the video, and I put it up on my post in my community of Timmy getting caught. Bigfoot, I saw you. Jordan, I appreciate you. All my moderators, Herb Dizzle, if you're listening. So things like this notoriously happen. Pee Wee and Chuck Zito, they had it out, didn't like each other, or probably I don't know if they do now. I won't speak on that, but they had issues for a long time because Chuck Zito would show up in Pee Wee's territory a lot, being Vegas, of course. So like it's kind of normal, but and not give Pee Wee a heads up. You know, uh, you kind of it can be a problem. It can cause issues. It's caused issues before in the club. Now, somebody asked me if I wanted to do a young a young Will video, and I think I'm going to. Young Will was a Bay Area member whose dad was a Hell's Angel in Oakland. Uh, Both are gone now to the upper room. Young Will is who Jax, the guy who played Jax on God, what's it called? Sons of Anarchy, modeled himself after Young Will's look, his bike, everything like that. And he was riding with Ray folks, and but I'm gonna do a video on Young Will. And maybe just young Will's whole family is really deep in Hell's Angels allure, right? There's a lot of history with the Hell's Angels and that family. So yeah, Aaron Anderson says yes on the Young Will video. I think it should be told. I think it's interesting. It doesn't really. It's not one of those incendiary shitting on somebody all the time, because that gets old too. Inevitably, it's kind of what comes with the territory of doing this, where it always feels like you're shitting on somebody. But you know, if you can throw out some good videos of that aren't just negative, yeah, I think I'm gonna try that. What's up, son? Critter from the SFE Sundowners. What's good, brother? Old Lou. All right. Who has the biggest ego, Sonny, Georgie, or Frankie? Mm. So that's a good question. All right, let's walk them one by one right there, right? Because it really is between George and Sonny, I guess. It'd be George, in my opinion. So yeah, I think George likes to hear about George. Sonny was he was out there getting it. Like he had bodies, bro. He stacked them like Ben Franklin. And he kind of let that his reputation kind of speak for itself. Now in the end there was whatever happened with that 911 call, and in the beginning there was the deal that was made with a detective in Oakland, and both of them got on the stand and testified that they had worked sort of together. It's not like Sonny was ratting on people or giving up game. Basically, if the Hell's Angels come across somebody in their dealings that that they didn't like, and they took everything off of them, any of the bangers, they would put in a hotel room on a bed, and the detective would get an anonymous call to go to this room in this hotel and collect those pieces, right? I've done a video on it. Uh, I, it's not a good look at all, but there are staunch Sonny supporters that will always say Sonny is the man, and Sonny earned earned everything. Like that dude was really putting in crazy work. George is a historian. I well, I can't say that George went after Sonny over ego. Sort of. Like his feelings were probably hurt because of Z and everything that happened there. So, but you know, hear George tell it, he got picked to run the torch in the Olympics or whatever in LA. Research it. He paid 10 grand. They tried to keep his 10 grand. He sued to be able to run the torch. And they begrudgingly were forced to, through the courts, let him run the torch, which was a coup de grace. Crazy move. George pulled it off. But it's that hot sauce that gets put on it, you know? What's up, Thomas McGee? Pretty sure Sonny got Oreo out the can on that deal. So, in return for the deal that I was just explaining, where there was this detective in the Bay Area and Sonny come to an agreement that they were gonna put those pieces on the hotel beds and give an anonymous call. In return, here's what the Hells Angels got in the Bay Area. And I think it was for Frisco and Oakland, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe Daly City too. That whole little area right there, or big area, really. Um, no Hells Angels were arrested for any non-violent crimes while that was going on. So if they got caught with a sack or they got caught, you know, anything non-violent, they were not charged at all. They were let go. It's a hell of a deal. Uh, and that's why a lot of people they'll say, "Hey, look, I don't care, Rick, if you think that it's snitching or snitchy." Uh, you know, a lot of the older Hell's Angels that I've spoken to have all said, "Hey, it was a good deal. It worked for us. You know, we just didn't get charged for anything as long as it wasn't violent." They're a family club. Yeah. Sounds too good to be true. So there is that too where I don't know. That's a leap of faith right there. Uh, I don't I would never find myself in that spot because I'm not Sonny Barger. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a guy on the internet. But if I was in that situation, I'm probably not even going to think about making a deal with the cops. I mean, that's a deal with the cops. And I think that's kind of different time. I don't know. Can't blame it on different time, but oh yeah, no. Blue Jay's been blocked for a minute. Blue Jay just likes to stir up the pot and come in and be disrespectful. I can go unblock Blue Jay though. I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know. What's up, Joker Smoker? I appreciate you. That's a dude right there. He's been helpful. Helpful. I can't tell you. I appreciate every time you send a donation, Joker Smoker. It really helps out, bro. Thank you. Yeah. If anyone in position, oh yeah, there you go, Jordan. Thank you, Jordan, for putting that up there. Shout out to Sonny and George, both huge parts of Americana. Thomas, there's no doubt to that. And even the thing that kind of turned personal for a minute between me and George because of Rob from Ventura and all that, like my friendship with Rob, uh, is you still can't take away from how much time he did in the Hells Angels, the fact that he did time for the Hells Angels, uh, the fact that he was towing the line for enemy territory, right? In LA and Ventura, those are both right on the border of problems, right? So enemy at the gate style stuff, like you can't take that away from him. He had to be politically savvy. He had to know how to move through the halls of Congress, right? Basically, when it comes to the Hells Angels. He had to know. It's just, I think he misjudged or misstepped clearly in a couple of big key moments in his Hells Angels career, and it costed him his career. You know, sure he left, but he left under the pressures of worse. He's even said it himself. He left in the time frame that everything was kind of going on with Fresno and Brian and all of that. So George could have very easily, had he misstepped after the misstep of standing up against Sonny on the 911 tapes and thinking that the people who wound him up were actually going to back him, and they didn't. Uh, had he misstepped when he was stepping off, he could have very well ended up being the first person uh, that was sent to God, what is it, Yost funeral home. So, what up, Slim? We Lop Lop and Breeze are working at Tuna Law, holding hands. Oh, John, Tommy Thunder, Thunder Gang, I see you, bro. So, George just and really, George was a huge presence and name. He was the only one that, well, you got to give it, for me, it's Cisco, right? I'm just unpopular opinion. Cisco did more in half the time than Sonny Barger. Cisco was a huge force, and he's so, his name isn't mainstream media, right? Even I've had vice producers ask me who Cisco was, and it's like probably one of the most important Hells Angels to ever live, definitely up there, and took Oakland from Sonny. So call that what it is. But you have Cisco, George Christie, Sonny, all three. One of them was holding the true power. The other two are more faces for the club, at least in my opinion. George was the more vocal of the two, and since he's been out of the club, has been even more vocal. Uh, and so George Christie will always be known and synonymous with Hell's Angels. Always. There's no way around it. They cannot erase that man from their history. They just can't. Cisco, legend and a gangster. Listen, that dude, that dude is he's really. I should do a Cisco video. I should. Let me write that down. People, they don't understand. They just if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. And a lot of people are I already have his name down here. All right. A lot of people are in the dark when it comes to him, and it's like, damn, dude, he made a lot of decisions. That'd be sick. Iced out Rolly, thank you. Yeah, I think so too. Unless you need a file report number for your insurance claim, car bike stolen only reason, and you can call him. They don't investigate that shit anymore anyway. No, no. Are we talking about are you talking about the Wilmington prospect thing? No, no. Because for me it's like this. I don't think that they investigate stuff like that. I will say it looks like the wife works for a major insurance carrier company, right? Uh it feels like it feels like there's more to the story than I know, that I'm being told in the background, that I'm researching in the background. My gut tells me that there's an investigation into Wilmington because of this ex prospect, and it's more them looking into maybe like an extortion style, or forcing somebody to use their computer program or software to look somebody up. That's just what it feels like to me. I'm not even going to say that's anywhere near true. Just my gut tells me that that would be more likely. They're about to implement a. Oh, well, Millie, if they institute that, uh, I 46, I will gladly don a uniform and go after everything in my life. I'm not physically worth a shit, but I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? I have two sons. They're older now though. They're shit halfway to 50. So I'd worry for them, but I don't really need to worry about that too much. I'm down to go back. Thomas McGee says yeah, I mean, look, everything I've done in my life, I mean, I've done a lot. And that'd be a okay ending for me if I went out like that, got drafted and sent somewhere and blasting off with somebody that I've never met in my life for somebody I've never met in my life over their politics and whatever. I don't care. Rick, do you have any more info on what exactly the motions involve tomorrow for Rayman and Sonoma? No. Um, so the last I heard, they brought them in because the judge had called JoJo to the stand and the FBI agent that he was contacting to the stand. That was all under seal. This one coming up is not under seal, as far as I can tell. That means that with credentials or without, even the general public can go in and watch the Zoom and listen at least to the proceedings. And anybody with even a little bit like me, a little keen uh, law mind, right? Like I'm nowhere near a lawyer. I kind of understand certain things in law, or I look it up and I learn about it. Um, I would think that this is them putting in a motion for a new trial, uh, based on the grounds of evidence that one of the key witnesses perjured themselves in text messages that the judge was monitoring when it happened. These text messages were not hidden from Judge Chen, uh, which originally that's what it looked like. Was Judge Chen knew about it and did not act on it. Now it's looking more like the judge had set up somebody to monitor the FBI and JoJo Hardesty's text messages between each other, and this was brought up by Rain Man's lawyers uh, after their conviction, saying that somebody needs to watch these text messages. And sure enough, somebody was watching, and they caught JoJo telling the the FBI agent, "I even lied about Rain Man." So it's it'll be a surprise for all of us, uh, especially because it's all been under seal for the last year and a half. We didn't First of all, we didn't even they didn't even show their names for the last year when they would bring them into court, or when their attorneys were brought into court, or when they were uh, had the hearing for JoJo and the FBI agent. There were no names on the proceedings. It was under seal versus under seal. Now at least they're showing their names. I was able to find out because I was looking at Judge Chen's. Well, I don't even want to give up game. I don't want to tell them how I found out. Never mind. X-nay on the old shit, baby. Ickray. We're not doing that shit. I'm not going to tell them how they messed up. Find your problem. Scotty Vango. Like I said, I'm not gonna talk poorly of him. I'm just saying, man, it's better off this way. Sent money to help Rain Man, but they couldn't ship a shirt to Canada. U.S. only. All good. Joker Smoker. That's it. Really helps. And Rain Man, he's innocent. He's completely innocent in this. He's not even from the same coast. Sure, it happened in Laconia. Sure, it happened to Sweeney. Uh, and, but with Doughboy, you know what I'm saying? But nobody even testified that they ever heard Rain Man even speak about Doughboy. Nobody even testified. I mean, they had zero evidence and convicted the man on what he would get a life sentence for. And that's just that can't happen. There's no justice in cheating for the US government, which they do all the time anyway. They're so far ahead of you in a case before you even start that if you don't have the resources, like imagine Rain Man not having the resources, or justicereigns.com, or people readily wanting to see him go free because he's innocent. Imagine he didn't have any of that. He would be sitting in prison for life right now. And he didn't, by their terms, do anything. Nobody in that court, in testimony, nobody in any reports, nobody on wiretaps, nobody ever heard Rain Man speak about Doughboy, or what was going on with Doughboy and Brian Went. Nobody. It's wild. Steven, the only time that would happen if it was WW3. I I personally think we're on the, what is it, the doomsday clock? You guys, what is it 1 minute to midnight? Is like it's inevitable. I think we're like 2 minutes to midnight. I think we're right on the cusp of one wrong move by these world leaders, and we are going to be in trouble. Honestly, WW3 means the end. Oh, it does. And nobody wants that except to ask people who chant. Yeah. Like, yeah. Like we pledge allegiance. I know. I know. What do we got here? Half our military would be cotton soft. Oh God. If there was a, yeah, you ain't lying. And so I was born in 1980, and growing up, you hear the old timers talk shit. In my day, well, I'm at in my day age now, 46 years old. In my day, we got on our bikes and we just went. Nobody was watching us. We got injured like you wouldn't believe. We would scale trees with, I mean, with old rusty nails and broken boards that we would find along the way, and build tree houses that definitely were not OSHA approved. They weren't passing any kind of code, and sometimes we needed tetanus shots because of our actions. These days, it's different. Kids don't even go outside to play. They're all inside. So if you're scared, go to church. NorCal, no doubt. There's a whole bunch of us in here. Yep. Hit that like button. Thank you very much, Critter. I appreciate that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Bigfoot. Who Bigfoot put it on this time? A Joker smoker said, shit, I was in UT detention in 1980. See? See? Listen, I'm to the point where bones crack, muscles hurt, ankles don't even want to move, and when you're shuffling your feet basically to get some coffee in the morning. It's I'm old now. Look, and it's all over but the crying now. What do I got to look forward to after this? Retirement, Social Security. I was in prison in 80. Listen, that's a different place too, you know. But prisons are, I don't know. I don't think there was a good decade to go to prison, if you ask me. But my wife is active duty Air Force, and we're stationed in Fairbanks. I see the kinds of people we have. It's sad. Yeah. But the government, I will give them this. They have gone a long way to incorporate, like, say, the remotes, right? Now they build drones and they use the same style remote, basically, almost, but a military grade remote. And the kids fly it, and then they put out games so that it desensitizes them, and then boom. Next thing you know, you got a whole bunch of pilots. What's good? In the field, does Rick have legs? He sure does. He sure does. We're not going to show him off, though. I'm not going to show off my legs a bunch. Somebody's got a leg fetish. That's what I've come to the understanding here, or the assumption that somebody has a leg fetish and wants me to show my legs all the time. It's kind of weird. Definitely on the side. So, yeah. Inward toes. Oh no, bro. Rick does have all his lives in his boxers. No, no, no. I at least wear shorts. Listen, we're not over here just teabagging the chair, you know. And I have socks on. I always put socks on, though. He's got them tink tinks. Oh no. Fell asleep on the train track. Get out of here, bro, Joby. That's funny. The tink tinks. Fell asleep with my foot on a train track, and that was that. I got insert toes. Ah, they're on to me now. Scotty, I know, bro. That just took a real turn for the worse right there. Uh-huh. Over here meat slapping my chair and shit on the live, bro. That's my own little weird joke, right? Mm-mm. No, sir. Mm-mm. Ugh. Ronnie23 posted a sick one about an old prison. All right, Ronnie23. I have to check him out. That's a new one. For me, at least, you know. But when it comes to the prison genre, I don't know. I don't really watch a bunch of the prison genre anymore. You know, I know I came in the prison genre, and I do. He said do. I do prison videos sometimes when it's apropos, or true crime, things like that. But I watch the goods, like Josh from 23 and 1, Lockdown 23 and 1, the OG. Uh, who else do I watch? Every now and then I'll go see what Pino's doing because Pino's does a lot of true crime, and him and New Age Plug and YouTube Streets, they do a lot of cases that I never would hear about, right? And they're crazy. Like they were doing the case on Mackenzie Shrilla before it became a Netflix thing. They were talking about that. So I'll go watch them, but YouTube Streets is not so much prison as they are true crime. They're doing a crazy job with finding these cases that are really interesting and insane cases. But Jumpsuit Pablo, I never watched. I've heard about him. Obviously, I've seen him on New Age Plugs lives before, but I never really watched him. I don't know much about him. Yeah. What, baby? Yeah. I'll be done with this live here in about 5 minutes. Okay, baby? All right. Well, there you go. Somebody just asked if I can make her a spread real quick. And oh, Big Lance from Off the Yard. I definitely watched Big Lance. That's my homie. And he's always been cool for me. Like he ain't never done me wrong. So shit like that. Yeah, hey, listen, she likes her noodles, man. She likes them with the crushed up the Doritos in there for her. She's got to have it. The princess has spoken. So thank you for coming to Vegas Profile Stories. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys have an amazing night, and we'll see you next time.